Hey, it's Emily Williams, the founder of I Heart My Life and your host of the I Heart My Life show. This is episode 141, How to Use Your Desires to Discover Your Purpose. Now, this episode is one I took directly from a recent workshop that I hosted. When I did this training, I knew I had to share it on the podcast because so many people are missing a trick when it comes to their desires. I know that for me, I never knew that my desires were literally dropped in. I didn't know that my desires were the key to me getting clarity. And maybe you didn't realize that either. So on this training, I talk about how you can use your desires to discover your purpose. And even if you know your purpose, you can use your desires to discover your next steps. I know for me that when I realized that anything I desire is meant for me and possible, it made everything so much clearer. And I no longer had to play that guessing game when it came to the action that I was going to take. All I had to do was learn how to trust my heart. So let's go ahead and dive into today's episode. I know you're going to love it. This episode was sponsored by the I Heart My Life Mastermind. The I Heart My Life Mastermind is perfect for you if you already have a business and you're looking to scale. We cover tons of different topics. We cover marketing strategy, revenue planning, team, processes, everything you need in terms of mindset, high performance, really taking care of yourself as well as your business, events, publicity. We literally have 7 coaches under one umbrella to support you and give you the answers to all of your burning questions. We host regular weekly workshops where you get your personal questions answered. We have retreats. You have a private Slack channel where you get to ask questions 24/7. You have an extensive resource bank that helps you put in place our cash method in your own business, and much, much more. This is one of the most inventive programs around. I don't know anyone else offering the service that we provide. So if you are interested in growing your business and transforming your life, definitely book a call with us to learn more. Go to iheartmylifebooking.com and learn more about the I Heart My Life Mastermind. For those of you who don't know much about desire, I want to help you get clear on what it actually is. So first and foremost, desire is key when you are building a business. It is truly the foundation that you are building the business on. It's the foundation for everything that you're going to do. So simply put, we have to know what we want in order to get it, right? We have to be clear. You wouldn't go into a store like Nordstrom's and be like, oh, I'll just take anything. You would be obvious about what you are searching for. And it's the same thing for your life. So you might be asking yourself, well, what is desire? Where does it come from? And why does it matter? So let's look really closely at what desire actually is. There's this amazing quote from Raymond Hollywell. I'm going to read it to you right now. He says, true desire represents the urge of life seeking a fuller expression and is kept alive by the continuous expectation of its fulfillment. I'm going to read that part again. Desire is just seeking a fuller expression. Okay, seeking a fuller expression. It brings to us the ways and means for its manifestations. Oh, thank you. The principle explains that no desire is felt until the supply is ready to appear. No mind can be conscious of a need or a desire unless the possibility of its fulfillment already exists. So I'm going to break this down even further. Let me read it one more time. True desire represents the urge of life seeking a fuller expression and is kept alive by the continuous expectation of its fulfillment. It brings to us the ways and means for its manifestations. The principle explains that no desire is felt until the supply is ready to appear. No mind can be conscious of a need or a desire unless the possibility of its fulfillment already exists. Okay, so desire is literally just the calling for more life, which I absolutely love. So right now you have the calling for more life when it comes to your business, when it comes to making more money, when it comes to serving the world. It is your higher self communicating to your consciousness, your purpose. So the story that I shared with you, when I had this feeling like I wasn't meant to go to Chicago, but I was actually meant to do something else, that desire was trying to communicate my purpose. When I discovered coaching, communicating my purpose, moving to London, communicating my purpose. So what is your desire? What is the goal? We're going to help you get clear on all of that today. What are you working towards? The cool thing is that when you have a desire, it's literally the first sign that you actually already have it. Now, stick with me here. There are plenty of things that you don't want. I always play a really fun game with James, and I'm like, I'm so glad I wasn't a firefighter. I'm so glad I wasn't a police officer. He's like, what are you talking about? But those are things that I do not desire to do. But there are plenty of things I do desire to do. And why I'm bringing this up today is because so many of you are making your desires wrong, and you're not trusting what is actually calling you. And what I'm saying to you is that when you experience the desire, when it literally pops into your mind or into your heart, that is a sign that you're already aligned energetically with it because you're aware of it. It's right there with you, just like this glass, right? It's right here with me. I'm aware of it. There are other things out there that I'm not aware of, other things that aren't my desire, okay? But your desire is actually meant for you. So when you feel called to do something like start a business, that's your true desire. And here's something else that quote said, you have the potential to do it. If you have a desire, that means you already have a potential. It said the supply is there. And so although it might not feel like you know how to coach, it might not feel like you know how to set up a website, it might not feel like you know how to get on a sales call, when you have the desire, that means the potential is there. So one of my team members, Mallory, when I first shared this concept with her when she started working with us, she's like, I don't understand. I could never be an NBA player. But then it hit her. She's like, I don't want to be an NBA player. Right? So think about the things that you desire and remember that the supply is already there. Now, of course, you might not be a masterful coach yet. You might not be a professional musician when you first start. But as you practice, as you acquire the skill in a deeper way, you become more masterful. That's like anything else in life. Think about a baby. It has the desire to crawl. It has a desire to walk. It doesn't know why it has that desire, but it trusts it and it follows it and it becomes more skilled with time. And it's the same with anything else you desire. If you want to desire making more money, right? You're going to create a skill set around that. The desire itself is speaking to us. It's telling us something very important. It's saying something wants to be created, something wants to be birthed through us. And so our job is to listen. I truly believe that our desires are dropped in, just like any other part of us, just like our DNA, they're dropped in and they are meant for us. Okay? So I need you to start to trust that. One of my favorite quotes is from one of my mentors, David Nagel. He says, desires are a compass for your life. Amazing, right? Desires are a compass for your life. And here's the thing. You might be thinking, oh, well, you know what? I'd love a house. I'd love a car. It's not just the business. I want all the things. And so you might be thinking, well, that's not really a compass for my life. That doesn't really show me my purpose. But here's the kicker. Desire is a way for you to personally transform and go to the next level, because the steps that you have to take to get the better house, to get the better car, that's personal transformation. You have to decide you're worthy of it. You have to put yourself in the game, show up on Facebook Live. You have to make the sale. You cannot tell me that you going to the next level financially is not transformational. It is. You can't do it unless you transform. And so it's not about the thing. It's about what happens on your way to the thing. And so I want you to understand that desire is that compass. But the issue is that so many of us were raised with this belief that we can't do it. And this is a huge issue, okay? And since we don't have evidence that we can do it, we go to that default and we think, oh, well, no one in my family ever did it. Or my parents said I couldn't do it. Or my friend said I couldn't do it. Or that boyfriend, he told me I was too emotional to be a psychologist, which really happened to me. That person said we couldn't do it. And since we don't have any evidence that we have done it before, the mind is like, oh, I'm going to pull from previous experiences. I'm going to pull from what my family taught me or what my family experienced. And that's going to be the truth. And then we go into this cycle of doubt, which turns into worry, which turns into fear, which turns into you not taking any action at all. Anyone been in that place? Anyone there right now? This is an issue. Doubt kills dreams. You know it does, because when you're in worry and fear, you don't take action. You don't show up. You don't do the stuff you need to do to get to the desire. And that's why we're starting with desire today. We need to stop denying our desires. We need to stop believing that we're not worthy. And we need to start trusting that everything that we desire is meant for us and possible for us. And that is the actual truth. You cannot allow your negative thoughts to hijack your mind any longer. Those thoughts are going to hijack your vision. They're going to stop you from taking action. So let's take money, for example. How many people want to make more money? Anyone? Great. How long have you wanted to make more money? Your whole life? Yeah, I'm seeing some nods. And it hasn't happened. So we got to figure out what the issue is. Now, my personal belief system is if you really wanted it, you would have it already. Now, that's one of the things that makes people want to punch me through the computer. But it's true, because there's plenty of things that you wanted in your life that you already have, right? Do you have anything that you want? This phone that you have next to you, did you want that at one point? Okay, you got it. Yeah, Karima says that's another podcast episode to listen to. It's a good one. It's true. So if we look at that phrase, you'd have it already. That tells us that yes, the desire is there, but you're allowing other stuff to get in the way. So there's a disconnect. And for most people, it's fear, it's doubt, it's what are people going to think? And we're going to talk more about this tomorrow when it comes to money mindset. But here's the thing. If you're worried about being judged for being poor, you're also worried about being judged for being wealthy. And the same people are going to judge you for both. And I need you to understand that day one right here today, because your doubt and your fear, the fear of judgment, fear of success, whatever it is, that's keeping you from your dreams. Now, like I said, the job that you have is to focus on your desires. We're going to help you move through all the stuff that's coming up for you, but this is essential. If you want to run a successful business, you have to do this work. This is one of the things that supported me in moving through my 54 no's in a row and making 7 figures in my first 18 months. I was adamant about my desires being the truth, not my mind, which was trying to keep me stuck. Okay? You have to learn to retrain your mind in order to be successful. Now, I want you to take a look at something. We asked you what the number one mindset block was that was holding you back. Some of you filled out your form, some of you didn't. Number one, always fill out the form. Here's what you said. Feeling that I have to do everything because I'm solo, wondering if there are enough clients out there to work with me, procrastination, confidence in myself. I'm stuck on how I'll make it work. I don't know how to be a coach. I don't think I have what it takes to be successful. I have a need that overcomplicates everything. I'm feeling imposter syndrome. I don't believe I have enough experience. I think I'm bad at selling. I'm confused about about the activities that will have the highest impact on my business. I have limiting beliefs. I'm a perfectionist. I self-sabotage wealth and what it means about that person. Getting over the feeling of being shy, feeling good enough, believing I'm good enough, overthinking what I need to do, imposter syndrome. I'm just another fish in a big pond. Do you see how detrimental this is? Do you see how the desire might be to have a business, but all of those thoughts live somewhere way down here? And so it's an energetic mismatch. And so I need you to really understand that what has to happen is for you to shift those thoughts and focus on the desire instead, okay? So I want you to understand that you can change your reality today. Just because you don't like the number in your bank account, that doesn't mean that's a forever number. So we need to understand that if we believed that right now in this moment was an indication of all that was possible for us and that was it, of course we never take action. All the people who have done something great, they recognized, okay, there's a desire calling me, a desire for something more, and that's how you know it's desire. It's always programmed to want more. Okay, that's the thing I'm going to trust, and I'm going to take action. And I know that I can change my life. I know I can make this business a reality. That's what we're going to focus on today. Okay. I love this quote from Price Pritchett. He says, if you must doubt something, doubt your limits. Why are we doubting that we can do it? Why not doubt our limits? If you have to go into doubt your limitations. I don't believe there's any limits there, right? This is non-negotiable, okay? Your mind does not want you to succeed, so we have to learn how to reprogram it. Your truth is your desire, okay? Now, I'm going to share my screen here really quick to show you a few examples of what's possible. And there's a reason why I'm doing this, because you're going to be doing something very similar. Okay, so this is one of my clients, Anna. She was in our iHeart coaching program a few years ago. When she came to me, she was a lawyer getting paid 6 figures. And she had this desire to be a coach. And she didn't know how to make it happen. She'd spent a year or so spending money trying to get it off the ground, but ultimately felt like nothing was moving forward. And so she was nervous to invest in a next level. But she trusted herself. And last year alone, she made over $500,000 in her coaching business, right? Way more than that 6-figure salary. This is LaDawn. She lost her corporate job a few years ago, but she took that as a sign that she was meant for something else. So she joined our iHeart coaching program. She flew to London to meet us. She transformed her mindset, especially her money mindset. Now she works with 7, 8, and 9-figure business owners. Okay. This is Jen. She was a mortgage broker, again, making 6 figures. She realized she had a bigger passion. She actually became a photographer for a while and was doing really well, and then discovered the world of coaching. And she's like, oh no, not again. I thought I had it all figured out. Now she's in a completely different place. In her first 11 months of working with us, she created $216,000 in sales. Now, again, I'm sharing all of this with you to show you what is possible for you, to help you reduce the amount of doubt in your mind. And now we're going to do an activity together in just a second. I want you to get clear on what it is that you actually want. I want you on that page in your workbook to draft your own success story. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this. I want you to get clear. What does your success story look like? What is written right here? What is the thing that you are creating? What do you want for your life? It's all possible for you, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we are actually going to have you move into breakout rooms. So what's going to happen is you are going to be put into a room of 2. So it's literally going to send you to another room on Zoom where you're going to get to chat with one other person about your desires. Okay, so the reason why we did that exercise is because I want you to get used to voicing your desires. And the cool thing is that when you share your desires out loud, other people can hear what it is that you want and can support you. Not only support you energetically and cheer you on, but they might know somebody who could help you get that thing. They might be able to shed some light on how you get the thing. So the more people who are supportive, that's really important. We're not just telling anyone, but the more people you can share your dreams with who are supportive and who will help you make it happen, the better. And the sooner you get used to sharing your dreams, the better. Did anyone feel different when you said something out loud versus writing it down on paper? Yeah? Did anyone uncover that you had some stuff come up like, who am I to say this? Is this possible for me? Is she going to think I'm crazy? That's the mindset stuff that we want to work through. And the easiest way to describe this is we want to have clean energy when it comes to our desires, which means we trust that they are meant for us. We own our desires. I always say you have to own your desires before you own your desires, right? You have to own that it's meant for you. Great. So Jada says, it was so worth it. We were actually in sync. Yeah. You figure out you're not alone. Great. All right, so let's move to the next section of our training for the sake of time here, because I know Miss Susan is waiting patiently in the wings for her session with you. Natalie says it felt really good to say out loud because this has been a thought process, but not something I put out into the world yet. Yeah, it's a different energy. Great. I hope you loved today's episode and that you're inspired to follow your heart and trust yourself as you're moving forward with your dreams. Now, I know that we all need a bit of support along that journey. And so if you want to work with us closely, go to iHeartMyLifeBooking.com, learn more about what it takes to work with us, who we're looking to mentor, the type of woman who's going to get results in our programs just by hopping on a quick call with our team. We'll share everything that we have available to support you in reaching your next next level goals. Until next time, I'm Emily Williams, and thank you so much for being a part of the I Heart My Life show. We hope you loved this episode. Thank you so much for being an avid listener of the I Heart My Life show. Take a second and leave a review. It would mean so much to us, and we read all of them. And for further inspiration and life and business tips about creating a life that you love and achieving massive success, definitely follow us at I Heart My Life on Instagram and at I Heart My Life Now on Facebook. See you next time.